Honorable members, as you are aware, Article 149(1) of the Constitution provides as follows, and I quote, "Within 14 days after vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises, the President shall nominate a person to fill the vacancy and the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it." Honorable members, as you are aware, for a person to hold the office of Deputy President, the person must meet the requirements specified in Article 148, as read together with Article 137 of the Constitution. In the message, His Excellency the President indicates that as a prerequisite to the nomination, he sought and received confirmation from the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC, that the candidate is qualified to vie for election as a member of Parliament in accordance with Article 137(1) of the Constitution. Further, His Excellency the President confirms that he has sought and received clearances from the following institutions with respect to the candidate. 1, the Kenya Revenue Authority, KRA. B, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC. C, the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. D, the Higher Education Loans Board, HELB. And E, the Commission for University Education. Honorable members, in a testament to the foregoing, His Excellency the President has annexed the following documents in relation to his nominee. A, certified true copy of his certificate of birth. B, certified true copy of his national identity card. C, certified copies of his university degrees and other academic certificates. D, certification of foreign university degrees by the Commission for University Education. E, passport size photograph. F, curriculum vitae and testimonials. G, confirmation of compliance with Article 137 of the Constitution from the Independent Electoral and Boundaries Commission, IEBC. H, confirmation of citizen status by the National Registration Bureau, Office of the Registrar of Persons. I, confirmation of membership status in a political party from the Office of the Registrar of Political Parties, ORPP. J, policy party membership confirmation from the United Democratic Alliance, UDA. K, Chapter 6 of the Constitution, statutory clearances on leadership and integrity from 1, Tax Compliance Certificate, Kenya Revenue Authority. 2, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. 3, Certificate of Good Conduct from the Directorate of Criminal Investigations, DCI. 4, Compliance Higher Education Loans Board. And 5, Credit Report and Certificate of Clearance from the Credit Reference Bureau. In view of the foregoing, honorable members, and having perused the attached documents, I am satisfied that the candidate meets the requirements under Article 148 as read together with Article 137 of the Constitution to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President. Consequently, the nomination is properly before the House for purposes of the decision required under Article 149(1) of the Constitution. Honorable members, Article 149(1) of the Constitution suggests that states that upon receipt of a nomination of a person to fill a vacancy in the office of the Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, the House is required to vote on the nomination. Considering that the House is scheduled to proceed on recess at the rise of the House this afternoon, I'll convene a meeting of the House Business Committee immediately hereafter to deliberate on the next steps to be taken by the House. Thereafter, I will guide the House on the decision of the House Business Committee, and the House is accordingly guided. I thank you. Yeah, because now you are properly seized. You can put your...
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, Article 149 of the Constitution provides that within 14 days after a vacancy in the office of the Deputy President arises, the President shall nominate a person to fill the vacancy, and the National Assembly shall vote on the nomination within 60 days after receiving it. Honorable Speaker, recently in passing the special motion for impeachment of the Deputy President...
Order, Wanjala, he is on a point of order. So,
Honorable Speaker...
Yeah, order, Wanjala, what is it? Order, Honorable Shinali. Order, Honorable Shinali, will you be upstanding? You are not properly dressed. You go and dress in a proper manner and come back. Who else? Honorable Zahir. You are no. Him is a Muslim, is wearing a Friday prayer meeting. There's no problem. Shinali, go and dress up. Go on, Bukose.
Honorable Speaker, recently in passing the special motion for impeachment of the Deputy President, you guided us that we required at least 2/3, that is 233 members, of us being 2/3 of the House to pass the motion. Honorable Speaker, is the same voting threshold applicable in this case? I seek your guidance of the matter. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Honorable Nyikal. Yes, Milemba. Honorable Shinali, retreat quietly and dress up and come back.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, the business before this House is one which requires us to vote on the nomination of a person to fill a vacancy in the office of the Deputy President in terms of Article 149 of the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, as is a practice before the House takes a vote on a matter, members are accorded an opportunity to debate and give their views on the business before the House. Honorable Speaker, to this end, I seek your guidance on whether we shall be given an opportunity to debate on the nomination and give our views. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Wangwe.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I rise to seek your guidance on whether this House will be required, Honorable Speaker, to undertake the vetting and approval process as required by the Public Appointments Parliamentary Approval Act. Number two, Honorable Speaker, of my concern is that, Honorable Speaker, Article 124, particularly subsection 4 of the Constitution, provides that when a House of Parliament considers any appointment for which its approval is required under the Constitution or an Act of Parliament, the appointment shall be considered by a committee of the relevant House, and the committee's recommendation shall be tabled in the House for approval. Honorable Speaker, in your communication, you have not given us indication on how you are going to handle that process. Maybe, Honorable Speaker, you can guide me on how you intend to handle it. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Thank you. Jen Kakiri. Yes, member for Laikipia.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, you've just conveyed a message from His Excellency the President on the nomination of Professor Kithure Kindiki to fill the vacancy of the office of the Deputy President, which occurred yesterday, to fill the vacancy of the office of the Deputy President, which occurred yesterday following the conclusion of the impeachment proceedings at the Senate. Honorable Speaker, we are now here to vote on the nomination as required by the Constitution. Honorable Speaker, could you please guide the House on whether we are acting within the constitutional deadline, and is it in order for the nomination to happen today after receiving the notification from the President today? Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
With those sought by members after the House Business Committee meeting. Honorable members, I will now require the Deputy Speaker to come to the chair and carry on with the proceedings. Members of the House Business Committee, move to room 9 for a meeting, whereafter we will resume the proceedings of the House. And I'll guide the issues raised by Honorable Pukose, Jane Gakiri, Wangwe, and Omboko Milemba at the next resumption. Yes, what's your point of order, Honorable?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, I want to join my very good friend, the Honorable Pukose, in seeking your direction, Mr. Speaker, with regard to Article 149 of the Constitution on the appointment of and approval by a vote of the Deputy President. Mr. Speaker.
The words of the Constitution are very clear.
Yes.
It is appointment and vote.
And vote. I agree.
Approval is not used.
He is not used, Mr. Speaker.
On this article.
Mr. Speaker, you know, this Constitution we are borrowed heavily from the U.S. Constitution. The 25th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution, which was passed in 1967, has a similar provision that provides that a vice president shall be appointed, shall be nominated by the president and approved by a vote by the House. It uses the words confirmation, Mr. Speaker. Previously in the United States, Mr. Speaker, before the 25th Amendment, there was no similar provision. In fact, there was in the past, before 1967, there was a cumulative of 37 years when there was no vice president, when one either passed away or one was appointed became the president. And so, Mr. Speaker, we would like you to express yourself with regard to this issue. What is the threshold? On the removal of the Deputy President is 2/3. So is the approval or by vote of the Deputy President 2/3? Because it's not provided in the Constitution.
Honorable Chepkonga.
Yes.
If you are paying attention, you are saying exactly what Bukose said.
Oh, I'd walked out.
And you are sitting next to him.
No, I walked out, Mr. Speaker.
Yes.
I walked out. So
word for word, what you are asking me to say.
Yeah, he has stolen from me, Mr. Speaker.
Yes. Yes, Wamboka. DK, if you want to catch the Speaker's eye, there's no provision for you to stand up. You sit and I'll give you. Yes, Wamboka, member for Bumula.
Honorable Speaker, as you are aware, Article 118 of the Constitution requires this House to facilitate public participation in its legislative and other business of the House. Honorable Speaker, the issue of public participation is a sensitive matter which has often attracted debate and court challenges. Indeed, our recent experience in considering the special motion for removal of the Deputy President made us even appreciate better the need for public participation. Honorable Speaker, with this in mind, please guide this House on whether we shall be expected to conduct public participation in voting for the nomination to fill the vacancy in the office of the Deputy President.
Thank you. DK.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I'm rising on a point of order, still on the same issue that I need your guidance. Looking at His Excellency the nominee, we just vetted not more than 2 months ago, and that implies not more than 6 months ago. And the questionnaire that is expected is still the questionnaire that we used. Why don't we use the same motion and we use the same output and we just put the motion and we put the question and we finish today? Thank you.
Daud. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it's great that Honorable Kithure Kindiki has been nominated by the President. My question is, Mr. Speaker, will IEBC have to be involved as the same was done during the election, or it is not a factor in this case? While I congratulate Kithure Kindiki for nomination.
Donya, what is it?
Mr. Speaker.
On the same issue?
Yeah, on the same issue.
Go ahead.
He's saying that we use the same questionnaire that he used as the interior for the position of the deputy president. He's incorrect because you cannot use the same questions when it is a different docket. He's out of order.
Thank
Mr.
you for
Speaker.
helping the Speaker. Yes, Member for Langata. Yes.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Having seen how things move very fast in this House, let me take this opportunity to congratulate the newly appointed Deputy President.
Order, Order Jalango. He has not been appointed, he has been nominated.
I've just said on how things move very fast here, sir. Let me congratulate him. Let me be the first person to congratulate the newly elected Deputy President. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
You can come now. Eh? No, come and take the seat. Yes. Honorable members, we'll end this here. I'll make some reasoned direction on those issues raised. I will now ask all members of the House Business Committee, Kainan and your team, to move to room 9 for a meeting. And the Deputy Speaker will go on with the statements. I had not given direction on the member for Moyale's statement. It's committed to the committee responsible and to bring a response in 2 weeks.
Honorable members, we shall now go to statements, and we shall continue with a statement by the member for North Horr, Honorable Wario.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Orders 44(2)(c).
Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Order, honorable members. Honorable Wario, you may proceed.
Honorable Speaker, pursuant to the provision of Standing Orders 44(2)(c), I rise to request for a statement for the chairpersons of the